This video is brought to you by Wirestock, the easiest way to sell photos, videos and vectors online. Upload and sell content on the world's largest marketplaces. Submit your work in a matter of seconds. No keywords and captions required. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thomas Love here from beautiful Vancouver, British Columbia, and today I'd like to discuss with you the color science coming from the Pixii camera, because I realized that ever since I got it, yes, indeed, monochrome is a choice, but I was shooting black and white like 95% of the times. But I also want to test and check the color science coming from this APS-C sensor, which is top rated. So I told myself, why don't we go downtown together, only shooting color, no option about it. Today the choice is not go to monochrome and zone focusing with a rangefinder 50mm focal length, because this is a void lander 35mm lens with an APS-C sensor will give you an end result of a full frame equivalence 52.5mm focal length. And to make it even more funny, I wanted to shoot from the hip like a real cowboy, which is faster but less accurate. Why it is less accurate? Similarly to cowboys shooting from the hip, then you need to guess the direction of your lens toward your subject. You cannot check the framing, so you wouldn't know precisely what is included and what is not. You are just hoping for the best, but wishful thinking is not a strategy. So you need to really go out and practice, because every camera and every lens that you're using will force you to shoot in different ways. So you need to get accustomed to the camera you're using, to the lens you're using, to the focal length, and then eventually you might have it already framed in your mind before pressing the shutter button. I also wanted to test this lens a bit further, because when I'm using it for street photography, I normally close down to f8 if not f11, but when you're that close down, every lens performs well. You won't have chromatic aberration, you won't have igniting, and so I open it up to f2.8, which is not wide open because this lens can go as open as f1.4. Nonetheless, I wanted to give it a try at f2.8, and since I don't have automatic ISO in the camera, I am using automatic shutter speed just as a little help, because I didn't want to spend time changing the settings. Therefore, an automatic, semi-automatic mode is a good help, and that with f2.8 and sunshine, that was for sure fast enough to avoid motion blur. So if you're ready, let's go rolling. Now, as you can see, the colors coming from this sensor are very pleasing. They are vibrant. I didn't touch any saturation. It's more or less what comes out from the camera with the automatic correction by Capture One. But eventually, if you're using Lightroom, you can have the presets for portraits or for landscapes, and they will work as a mask. Similarly to what we are having in the Leica Q2, when you want to use a crop like from 28 to 35 or eventually 15-75mm, and then you open them up in Lightroom and you see as a mask the crop, but the DNG files retain all the information. Similarly to that here with the color masks for portraits or for landscapes, you have 3 different presets to use. That will be a mask, but the DNG file will retain all the information. So vibrance is good, dynamic range is great, it's stunning. I see colors are vibrant, and I didn't have to fine-tune the saturation nor the tint. It is basically how it comes out from the camera. I was not expecting it, and so I had to walk my way through the settings, because I was assuming that being a rangefinder, it would have a poor result, because mirrorless cameras are far more advanced in metering throughout different points on the whole frame, but this one made an outstanding job. So I would use spot metering only when you have backlight. Otherwise, center was not so pleasing. I'm using the average metering for and automatic white balance, and I'm also pleased with the results. So with that, I hope you got some value out of this video. If you did, please remember to like it, share it on your social media, subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any videos to come, and I guess I will see you later. Thank you. Bye-bye.